Now, let's jump back to the upper bracket. Because we have Naga versus Tribal, both of these AIs already having won 2 matches in this tournament. Naga beating Brightspark, Naga beating Default. That was the only game that wasn't a 2-0, actually. We've seen a lot of 2-0s this tournament. This one was the only one that was not that one-sided. And on the other side, Tribal beating GameScott, no problem. Tribal also beating Illuminati, which is quite an achievement, making it to the upper bracket final. And that's the game we're gonna see now. Let me adjust the stream. Actually, I can probably update the stream title as well. That is now Tribal versus Naga. Should update the stream title. And close the brackets, go back into the game. And that is... For the first game, once again, we will have a 1 versus 1. What did I say? Tribal versus Naga in it. Tribal versus Naga now, of course. Tribal does not play all civilizations. It plays all the civilizations from before DE. I believe I've already selected all the correct civs here. I've started them for the custom random. That is all the civilizations that were available before the release of the definitive edition. I hope that's correct. I'm pretty sure it is. Now, Tribal versus Naga. Let's look at that. 1v1 on FenCrazy. We have Tribal as the Portuguese, Naga as the Inca. And what kind of start are we looking at here? We have a scout. We have 1 TC and 3 villagers. A very normal start. Very normal. And of course, Default being Inca. No, not Default. Naga being Inca spawns with an extra llama, so it has some food to take at the start. And Tribal has not yet found any food sources. You need to do some scouting to find them. There's no sheep here. Yeah, there's actually no sheep on this map. That's also quite unusual. I've not seen that often. There's berries, which have more than usual food. There's boars, which have a bit less than normal. And there's deer, which also have less than normal. So less food than normal on this map. I guess Tribal has found its berries, building its mill. So it has a food source available finally. And the berries are the most plentiful food source on this map. On the other side, Naga building a mill in the middle of nowhere. Has Naga not found its berries? Let me check that. Oh, no. It has scouted 1 tile of the berries, but not building its mill there. It knows about the berries now, but the mill is already built in a quite useless position. It's luring the boars, and I guess taking the berries long range. I don't think so. I don't think so live, because the scout was nowhere near that. It should have scouted this tile of berries when the house was built, so ready to start. Anyway, there is also some water here, but not much fish. Only a few tiles with not that much on them either. I guess some of them are 460, but like in this middle lake, there's only 2 fish for a total of like, what is that, 600 food. Not really worth going for. And Naga keeps luring its boars. Tribal has also lured its first boar out of 3. I guess there's 3 boars? Yeah. Oh, 4 maybe even. There's a bunch of boars here. They have a bit less than normal food, but there's a bit more. Yes, live, I understood what you said. And I disagreed.
Yum.
The Tribal also pushing its deer. Like I said, the deer only 95 food on them. Not that much. But at least it has its mill on the berries. If only it had more villagers on there. Naga, okay, Naga actually building a second mill on the berries now. Good, very good. Second mill, that's not something many AIs know how to do. But that will enable it to exploit the most plentiful food source on the map, which are the berries here. with 286 each. Still trying to lure the deer is tribal.
Okay.
And looks like Naga is now trying to find the enemy. Now on an open map like this, tribal, as we saw in its great showing against Illuminati in the 1v1, tribal in open maps is very strong in its fuel aggression with the classic skirm meta, heavy skirmishers in fuel age, and good unit control, aggressive, could be enough to destroy Naga in the fuel age, because Naga is an AI similar to Illuminati, which is very passive, wants to go up and boom, and not do much to defend other than a tower or two. I think I've seen it do only a single tower even, which is less defense than Illuminati even. But as we saw in the last Naga game, it's building a barracks in the Dark Age. Last time it never used the barracks, but it did build it. Not sure why it's building it, if it's not gonna use it. Also building a gold mining camp. Now all of the villagers, having exhausted the animals, will move to the berries. And should be going up to feudal age soon. Tribal still is tribal struggling for food. There's no. It is one villager behind actually already, so it might have been struggling for food. Maybe not having enough villagers on the berries, even though it had the mill on the berries early on. It's still that. Okay, the villagers were still on the boar, but it is still a very late fuel age time compared to what we're used to from an aggressive AI like tribal. Also, is that its third or fourth boar? Might be its fourth boar. So yeah, still making villagers, still not enough food to click up the fuel age. So maybe not the best start for tribal if it wants to go be aggressive, and we know that tribal wants to be aggressive. Naga already up. Oh, is it actually making militia? Is it going for a man-at-arms rush? With the Incas? Yeah, Incas are a good infantry civilization, of course. These militia are cheaper than usual. And starting from Castle Age, the infantry armor upgrades also benefit the villagers, making them harder to raid. 3 militia are created, moving forward in a group, not caring about the scout. So we know they have found each other. It is about to be in fuel age. Will it get the man-at-arms upgrade? No man-at-arms upgrade. Wheelbarrow, instant wheelbarrow. That's very early. Too early for sure. So it's more like a rush. And attacking the lumber camp. Militia getting stuck and dying. Yeah, that was unlucky. Bad pathing there. Getting stuck in there. Losing 1.5. Oh, it's militia. Without doing much damage. Tribal wisely fighting it back with villagers. Oh, it lost a villager actually. 1 villager pick from Naga. Not bad. Better than nothing. With this rush. With this late rush. And oh, also a villager pick here from tribal. It went for a weak villager on the wood line. And managed to get it. Interesting. Very nice to see from tribal that it can do that. But it lost its scout in the process, so not optimal. Tribal now is in fuel age. 2 archery ranges up, and I know what we're gonna see. Skirmishers in it. Yes, it is skirmishers. It's the good old skirm meta. Tribal was really the first AI that really committed to just making skirmishers, keep the game plan simple, do skirmishers, skirmishers, skirmishers. You don't need anything else, you can win the game just with that. And it's not the only AI that did it, but it was the first, and it keeps doing it to this day. That is why we love it. It is steadfast, it knows what it wants to do, and it has no reason to change its mind, having already won 2 matches this tournament. Its game plan has been paying off. It's working. A tried and tested concept. Why change it? And skirmishers are on the attack. Does it have a blacksmith yet? No, so no fletching. There goes the blacksmith actually. So in theory, skirmishers should be weak against villagers, only doing 1 damage. But as we've discussed on the Discord just today, or was it yesterday? Why is this tower transparent? What the hell am I... It's not built yet? What is this? I was gonna say, just attacking the villagers. If they don't fight back, they're gonna go idle, and that's more than enough damage done to AIs. Because idle, that's something the AI's economy, default villager behavior is just gonna idle the villagers when they're under attack by ranged units. And that's gonna do enough economic damage just through idle time. That's why skirmishers are so effective against AIs. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea. It only shows if I have on player 2. On player 1. I guess it... Oh! I guess it's trying to build the tower here. So there's... It should be a foundation placed, not a transparent tower. It should be a foundation placed that's not being constructed. Yeah, it's definitely a visual bug. But yeah, this is another thing I've seen from Tribal. I believe it did the same thing versus Illuminati. In the last match we saw from Tribal, that it placed a forward tower foundation and never actually constructed it. So that seems to be the same thing happening here. Foundation placed, no villager going to construct it. Which is a curious case. So. Oh, Naga's Inca, still in Fuel Age, does not have the food to go up the Castle Age, does have the buildings, has a market blacksmith, has one defensive tower over here, and is making some Eagle Scouts with no upgrades, which are obviously the counter unit to skirmishers. Only taking 1 damage from the pierce attacks of the skirms. And this might actually be enough of a defense. It has managed to click up the Castle Age now. And making another mining camp here. It has taken a lot of economic damage though, especially in the idle time. And I don't think... Tribal is on 40 villagers now. Naga, as we saw, did get wheelbarrow as soon as it hit. So maybe it's not even a behind in the villager count. No, I don't think it is. But Tribal still has a lot of militaries. 20 skirmishers right here. Still diving the tower, as skirmishers can do without issue. Still idling more villagers. Even the first archer now. And, oh, men-at-arms are those? No, look here, Bright Spark. You can make men-at-arms with the men-at-arms upgrade. You don't need to make unupgraded militia. Tribal is showing you how. But I would suppose that is the... No, Tribal, no, don't spam. I would assume that that unit is being created as a counter to the Eagle Scouts from Naga. But Tribal spamming my chat is bad. Especially because it's player 1, so I can't turn it off. And yeah, a lot of Naga villagers still going idle again and again. It isn't Castle Age. But has it been able to do anything in Castle Age? No. Skirmishers at the back. Looks like Tribal is taking this one in old school fashion like it always does. Default villager behavior, killing Naga the same way it kills Illuminati. And now with archers as well, Tribal can get villager kills without much difficulty. I don't think the men-at-arms were needed whatsoever. Yeah, that's so much. Oh, now it's building a tower, but that's not the same one, is it? No, here. Okay, the visual bug's not happening anymore. This foundation here was the one that it placed earlier. Now it's building a proper... It's actually building a tower in a similar spot. Right here. And it looks like it's going up too. So forward tower from Tribal going up. With its army in support. And that is so much army. Like Naga has nothing anymore. 34 villagers. It's making eagles from a single barracks, but some eagles aren't gonna do anything against this much army. It's too much army, and Naga even stonewalling in its forward tower. Tribal is stonewalling in its forward tower. God damn it, Tribal, not bad. I am quite surprised by how good Tribal has become over the years. I always thought it was an old AI, maybe not updated as much, but over the years, because it stuck to its game plan, it never really needed any big overhauls. It just got better and better and better. And nowadays, Tribal is a really good AI. A really good one. I mean, seeing it in this tournament, it's already guaranteed a top 3 placing. It is right here in the upper bracket final. And winning against what I would consider the favorite of the tournament in Naga. So, I am pleasantly surprised by Tribal. It is really good these days. Really good. That's a ton of men at arms. Tribal is finally managed to click up the Castle Age as well. Making me stable now. From experience, I know that Fuel Age is full skirmishers, but once it gets to Castle Age, it's going to add some knights as well. That's what it likes to do. That's a good game plan. Knights and skirmishers are a strong army composition. And Naga resigns. 1-0 for Tribal. God damn it. I think the 4v4 will be less advantageous for Tribal, but still. I am surprised by how strong Tribal is these days. And I completely forgot to update my scoreboard, didn't I? And nobody reminded me. Anyway. I will do that now, I guess. That is AI1 is Tribal. I'm on caps lock. Tribal by SD. AI2 is Naga by Promi. Actually, they should be caps locked. The AI names. And I gotta update the stage as well. That is, we are in stage. Here's the stage. We are in the upper bracket final. Upper bracket final. Alright then. That looks good. Scoreboard is finally correct. I'm sorry I forgot to update it before the first game. But now we have an advantage for Tribal in the upper bracket final against Naga. And it looks like I have a spam bot in the chat. Can you ban that? Live? You're a mod, right? You can ban that. I guess, can I ban it? I don't know. Will take some effort. Anyway, 4v4. Team 1 versus Team 2. I'm actually gonna do put the Nagas in Team 1 this time, and the Tribals in Team 2, because as we just saw, Tribal does still spam the chat sometimes. I would prefer that not to be the case. Even though, no, okay, no, I can still make the colors match. Where's Tribal? Get down here. Ah! Naga. Naga. And Naga. So I would like the colors to match the scoreboard. So I have Tribal in blue. So Tribal will be on the cold colors or numbers, and Naga on the others. And the civilizations, of course, Naga plays all civs, so random. And Tribal plays these custom civs. Any of them. And we are into the 4 versus 4. For Naga, Tatars, Bulgarians, Byzantines, and Goths. For Tribal, Portuguese, Turks, Britons, Malay. Hoping for game 3. We'll see. Oh yes, I've been missing these. I hope you have as well. First time in the tournament, we see a multiple TC start. Not something that happens very often, but something that is very much a key feature and a necessary start of all the possibilities that can happen in FenCrazy. Multiple TCs. We have 2 here. And how are these AIs gonna handle it? Oh, wow, look at this water. There's so much fish here. So much fish. Sure, they have a bit less than normal, but there's so many of them. This entire sea is just filled with fish. And how are the AIs distributed? Oh, okay, that's actually quite unfair. That's quite unfair. Look at them. Tribal, here, 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 here. The tribals, all of the tribals have this big sea to themselves. And the Nagas are not quite landlocked. They have the lake here in the middle. So they can also go for fish here, but so can tribal. And the Nagas don't really have any access to the big sea in the back. Yeah, that fish is all tribals. Can tribal take advantage of it? We're gonna see. We also did start with this scout. Was it a regular scout? Yes. Normal scout cavalry, nothing too crazy here. Yeah, 2 TC start is very uncommon and many AIs suck on it. That's how it goes. That's why FenCrazy is the way it is. It is something you gotta prepare for. Just like everything else. Bad ball here from blue tribal. 4 tiles removed from the TC. Are they gonna gather enough food? There is not that much food on the map. I saw very few sheep. Maybe just 2 per player. There's a boar, another quite bad ball here that also doesn't have much food. And the berries also don't have too much food. So they're gonna have to farm quite a lot. And then on 2 TC starts, it's all about, do you want to idle your TCs to go up, or do you want to keep up villager production? And how good are you even in the early game at gathering enough food to keep up villager production? And that is what 2 TC starts are all about. And then, because you already have 2 TCs, you can easily go for a fast castle strat. And looks like, if you look at the chat here, looks like Tribal once again thinks it's playing versus Illuminati, but no. Or playing with Illuminati in its team. That's a bug we saw before. So I think Blue is the imposter here. I think Blue Tribal is somehow pretending to be Illuminati, because that's what triggers these chats. I checked in the code. These chats here from Tribal are triggered by having Illuminati in your team. But there is no Illuminati. It's all Tribal, bro. And you're bantering Illuminati. That happened in the first game as well, versus Games God. Funnily enough. A lot of shallows here. Like, this lake is half shallows and half fish. And we can already start in the Dark Age comparing villager numbers. So that is the Nagas now. 22 villagers, 22, 22, 20. The tribals, 19, 20, 20, 21, 17. Grey a bit further behind than the rest. Oh, it doesn't have his berries. Does it have a mill? Grey, do we have a mill? Oh, Grey has a mill in Green's base. It didn't mill its own berries. Maybe it's hard to place a mill here on this terrain. Close to the trees, and close to the TC, but Grey is in a bad spot, having built the mill that far away. Look at these villagers, look at the idle time. They walked across almost half the map just to get to its own mill, which is stealing Green's berries as well, and not taking advantage of its own berries. Yeah, that's bad, Grey, that's bad. And yes, I forgot to mention, we did also start with 2 siege workshops. Is it gonna make a big difference? I don't see any Celts or any Dravidians or any real siege stuff in here. Maybe Bulgarians. That could maybe want to go for Scorpion Spam or something. But the flanks are not far away removed, so like a regular team game. No horseshoe this time. Cumans? There's no Cumans in here, bro. No Cumans in this game. Okay, Naga Scout bugging out between the TCs. It happens, but it's not dying either, so I guess it's just gonna stay there. Let me check the scouting, whether they have found their opponents. I would expect... Okay, red has been found, purple has been found. And the other side, the other flank has not been found for Tribal. The Nagas, on the other hand, have... Okay, yeah, okay, obviously grey has been found and blue has been found, so both of the flanks have been found. And how are we going? Is anyone going up the fuel age? Yes, one of them I saw. That is purple. Naga, first one to go up the fuel age. I also saw a dog somewhere. Grey villagers once again going back, and that, I believe, is the... Which player am I on? I believe that's a is that the civilian explorer's bug or something? Like that villager's bug there? Oh, no, it's a traffic jam. Oh, did you wall yourself in with that lumber camp here? Oh my god, that is terrible, Purple. These villagers are just stuck and most of them are idle. That's 10 villagers in here. I think only 2 of them are working. And the rest are idle. Oh, that's painful. It's painful. I saw a dock here from Green has a fishing ship. That's the bugged one scouting. But it's making more. And these should be fishing. On the shore. Why are you going for the shore fish? And not for the deep fish? Shore fish are much slower for fishing ships. And another bad ball here. For tribal. Interesting. Teal also with a dock. So gray and green and teal, the pockets from tribal, have decided to dock in the back, taking advantage of their massive fish amounts in the back ocean. No docks in the middle lakes, no docks for Naga whatsoever. Yet. And we got people reaching the feudal age. Knowing tribal, it will probably try to go skirmishers as it usually does on the flanks. No barracks yet. Okay, some of the... Oh, that looks like a very long dark age here. Still making villagers from both TCs. Not close to going up. On over 30 villagers from Grey. Teal is the one that's up in feudal age and making fishing ships. And also still making villagers. It has a lot of farms, that is good. As we said at the start, not much natural food on the map, except for the fish. Green, also in feudal age, also with the dock. And not making any military, making more economy, of course, which it can, because starting with 2 TCs, you can make a lot of economy without booming in Castle Age. And blue also up to feudal age. So good stuff here. Good stuff. I think it was only grey, which is finally up to feudal age, which was later. The Nagas, on the other hand, we see orange. Oh, I'm on red. Excuse me, red. 64 villagers, not yet up. Now only up to feudal age. So that is a... You're the flank, red. You're the flank. And you have gone for a massive dark age boom. Massive Dark Age boom on the flank is risky. Could pay off if it doesn't take decisive damage soon. Moving on. That is the yellow pocket here. In feudal age. Also still a lot of villagers. With 2 TCs you can boom quite fast without having to build more. Of course, same for teal. Why am I on teal? No. Purple. Purple is bugged, I think. Purple... Oh yeah. Purple is bugged.
Food, please.
Yeah. I was wondering why it only has 29 villagers. It wants to go up the castle age, I guess. It doesn't have a... It's only building the first building now. It's on 29 villagers. It's idling its TC. And a lot of the villagers are stuck here. I don't think they're quite well done. I think there's an opening right here. But the villagers keep going in here and can't go out. So right now there's only 1 or 2 villagers working and 11 or 12 idle there. And I think it's going up to Castle Age. Yeah, it's going up to Castle Age. Crippled by this traffic jam right there. Yeah, I don't know how AIs can deal with that, if at all. It's definitely unfortunate. It is
Food, please.
Quite sad to look at. But it's happened. And maybe there is a way for AIs to fix it, but it would require some specific coding for that, for something like that in particular. And who else was I looking at? Orange is under attack now from the tribal skirmishers from the flank. Again, we see the forward tower trying to stonewall it in. It cannot fully stonewall it in because there's a farm right in front of it. Unless it steals that farm. It could very well steal that farm if it was a human. Of course, AIs aren't smart enough to have that much DLC. On the other side, also Grey attacking with its feudal age skirmishers, as Tribal likes to do on the flanks. Another mill. Like, why are you building a mill here? Is that for additional farms?
Wood, please.
Naga. That's even curious, no? On the other side, blue is doing
Wood,
decent damage here. Lots of idle time for orange. And of course, orange's pocket is the one
Wood,
that's crippled.
please.
It is now in Castle Age, but yeah, its economy is garbage compared to anyone else, even the Feudal Age tribals. And the
Wood,
pockets from
please.
tribal, which have been booming, and even fish booming. Oh, look at this
Wood,
beautiful
please.
bunch of fishing ships here. Even blue has added a dock and is fishing. Gray's the only one,
Food, please.
the only tribal without a dock, it looks like.
Wood, please.
And
Wood,
let's compare the
please.
economies of the pockets. As I already said, Hamstrung is purple, only
Food,
34
please.
villagers in the pocket, bad. Yellow the pocket on 80 villagers and making knights.
Wood,
Green for
please.
tribal on 68
Wood,
villagers and
please.
making crossbows from the pocket. Shouldn't your pockets be making knights, tribal? I believe that's what you normally do. This time going for crossbows and not moving forward either. As the Turks, not sure why.
Wood, please.
And also not the best boom compared to yellow.
Wood, please.
But teal on the other hand, 77 villagers, even a 30C now. And normally also crossbows in the pocket. I mean, you are Britons, so crossbows are a good choice.
Wood, please.
I don't see it making that. Yes, it is. It is, but it also has a bunch of crossbows idle. And the knights, it looks like the knights are attacking, but the crossbows are not. Okay, that might be the same for green. Green also making knights and crossbows, but neither of them are attacking at the moment. But blue has a lot of army. It is also up to Castle Age. Has the Castle Age upgrades for its tons of ranged units here. And orange taking a lot of idle time, and orange is not even up to Castle Age. And it's not the only one. It's not even close to clicking up. Orange is trying to make skirmishers here to defend. It's not up to Castle Age. The only one else who is not up to Castle Age is Grey. And Grey is also still making military. And the tribals are spraying my chat. And on this side, Naga actually has the advantage in his only attack. With Castle Age units now, Tata, cavalry archers, good choice. Also making mangonels to aid in the push. And this mangonel looks to be bugged. Looks to be bugged, yeah. But it's not the same bug I'm seeing. It might be a bug within Naga, that this mangonel is idle. But cavalry archers from the Tatars is good. And the pocket supporting with knights.
Please.
As is usual practice within team games. Green counter-attacking on this side. The knights have finally moved. Okay, some of them have.
Food, please.
And some of the crossbows are... Where did your crossbows go, Green? Like, Tribal's army control does not make much sense to me. But yeah, on this side, Naga has the advantage and is pushing. Has even taken down towers, taking down buildings with this bit of siege here that yellow and red have brought. And the knights have, with 2 armor upgrades, have no qualms about diving the TC. So Grey looks about dead. Yeah, Grey down to 24 villagers, 34 pop in total. Grey's dead. Good advantage for Naga on this side. It's not something I'm used to in the early game for Naga to have an advantage against Tribal, a military advantage at least. But on a 2 TC start, you can of course boom a lot better than normal. On the other side, of course, without purple to help out, orange is still under attack. And is purple able to recover from its early bugs? Yes, it is recovering. Look, look! The traffic jam is finally resolved. The villagers are free. No more stuck. But it is quite far behind from everyone else. Only on 65 villagers now. And it's starting to make camels and knights. But not yet helping out its flank. Which is still on attack here from a ton of skirmishers which have been camping the hill in front of the base for a long time now. And knights also coming in from tribal. But no pocket helping out here yet. So just blue attacking. Blue doing good damage. Does blue have a university? Not yet. So no ballistics yet. But university should be under construction soon, yes. Oh, and Grey has actually resigned. First resignation in this tournament. Grey, which was... How badly killed were you? Yes, I switched to defeated player. It's okay. 6 population, no villages. Okay, it had 0 villagers and 0 TCs left. So I guess it just resigned because it had no villagers. Makes sense. It can't do anything without villagers. Can't rebuild. So that's now a 3v4, and Grey has not been killed. Even though Blue has had a lot of army here, and Orange has been under attack for a long time. It's still not dead. It's still on 35 villagers, 40 population. Still somewhat alive, and still at least holding back the Blue tide on the side and giving Purple time to boom. And on the other side, now that Grey is dead, Yellow and Red can go somewhere else, and they can. Not only can they, Yellow has already gone up to Pure Age with 4 TCs. And what's it going for? It's Bulgarians. What are Bulgarians doing in Imperial Age? Probably cavalry, right? We know Naga likes its Onagers. It's getting the Onager upgrade right now. And has a bunch of them. It's also got capped rams, lots of siege, and pikemen from the looks of it. Going for pikemen, okay. Not attacking at the moment. You should, okay. Naga built some docks in the middle after all. They were late, but they did build a... Is that all yellow here? 10 yellow docks! 10 yellow docks in the middle! And I don't think Yellow even made any warships. That's Red has some ships here, some galleys. But Yellow built 10 fucking docks. For no reason whatsoever. I don't see any fish either, but they could always die, of course, because now Tribal's military is moving through here, the tier 1s that is, trying to attack Yellow. But Yellow should have no problem defending with its technological advantage. It has halberdiers, it is an Imperial Age, it has some onagers. On the other side, Orange still not completely dead. Tribal did not add enough. Yeah, now we see a battering ram coming in. I think Tribal needed a lot more siege a lot earlier to take down Orange so it can move on. Because right now it is still technically 3v4. Even though Orange is almost dead, it's not completely dead. Purple has been able to boom. Oh no! Blue has actually managed to attack Purple as well? And Purple is... Purple has no military. It has 4 TCs. Has 100 villagers, but it is under attack and has nothing to defend. And it's not being aided by any of its allies either. So Tribal, in a 3v4, still being able to harass its enemies enough to do a lot of economic damage here. And these skirmishes, sure, as you see, they do cause a lot of idle time.
Food, please.
And Naga does not really have anything here to defend. Just 4 TCs.
Food, please.
Yellow and Red fighting here. Oh, Red with galleons even. Imperial Age ships. I guess on this side, in this middle lake, water isn't terrible. You can reach some things. But there's castles on the shoreline, so you're gonna need cannon galleons if you wanna go for that. Might as well go for traps.
Food, please.
But here the 2 Nagas, which should be fully boomed by now. Like Red, 200 pop. Yellow, 185 pop. So both Red and Yellow are near to pop cap, and they are now pushing on this side. Red as the Tatars with mostly trash, interestingly enough. Some cav archers. We could have more of them. Trash, probably not your strongest units, but never go wrong. Especially since they can be almost fully upgraded, like these skirmishers with +4 attack are not bad. Halberdiers, no armor upgrades. How are Tatars upgrades looking? Tech tree looking? No. Oh, is Tatars the only civilization which doesn't get chainmail? So it's making halberdiers which are not able to even get the 2nd armor upgrade. That's interesting. I didn't know that about the tech tree. But yeah, those halberdiers are quite weak. They are halberdiers. They still do a ton of bonus damage against cavalry, but they have almost no armor. Why doesn't it show the tech tree when I mouse over? It should. It used to. It doesn't now. But siege rams in here as well. And taking down the castles. And there's not enough defense here from Teal to defend 1v2 against the fully upgraded Imperial Age armies from red. Only red. Yellow has actually switched sides. Yellow has switched sides and is attacking now over on the green and blue side. And it is the Bulgarians and it's making rage tunes. No chemistry. Really, no chemistry yet for yellow. And not researching either. It has... sorry, that's the market. It has universities. It's researching architecture. It has ranged units and without chemistry. As you see, +3/+3. No chemistry. And I'm sure it's trading. Oh, that is a good trade route on this side. Orange markets in the corner. Red markets in the corner. That's a good trade line. Purple? I do not see a purple market over here. I don't know where purple markets are, if it's even trying to trade yet. And yellow markets? Oh, yellow markets are here. So we do not have perfect corner detection. I guess they just built their markets in the back relative to their own position from the map center. So the markets are on the back. So that means not the best trade line for yellow, but a good trade line for red and orange at least. And once again, we see here purple and yellow like their mangonels, their onagers. Naga really likes that. And blue here? Portuguese pikemen. Is that the only defense you have? What's green doing? It's the Turks. Turks are tricky civilization, can't go for trash. Looks like some units idle. Is that all the army green has? That's not a lot. It has some army. No, it has fishing ships. That's why the population is higher than the civilian population. I think it's mostly fishing ships and trade. And there's no military anymore to defend. And it looks like Naga is winning this game. Now we're also pushing into the teal tribal. So, oh. Yeah, tribal is now also trying to trade. Teal building a market in the back. Not quite that good of trade lines. Over here there's not that much space. Okay, blue built its markets here. A bit forward. And these are orange from Naga, these markets. Built right beside blue's TC. Okay. Yes, the third game will be a 2v2 if we need it. And it does look like Naga should be winning this one. Galleons on the water are losing their importance, but for now they can still range some of this farming economy here from the tribals. Killing villagers, idling the rest, and lots of siege rams. Naga knows how important the rams are for a successful push. And has trebuchets as well. Castles here. Going down. Castles were in a decent position from tribal, placed defensively, but right now, its army has been overcome. Teal is pretty much dead. Grey resigned a long time ago. And Naga's even building forward buildings here, where Grey's base once used to be. Forward production. Interesting that Naga can do that and is raiding the trade line with its terrible Tatar halberdiers. On the other side, purple also has been able to make gains, even though orange took crippling damage in the early game and purple was crippled itself through those stuck villagers in the early game for a long time. But finally, with the help of yellow and a full boom itself, purple is now also up to the pop cap and attacking on its own side with the help of yellow. And it looks like Naga is winning this game. I'm gonna speed it up right now. Why is it not... I'm pressing plus, it's not working anymore. It's not speeding up. Interesting. I don't know why. No, my hotkeys don't seem to be working anymore. Well, hotkeys still seem to be working, but the plus and minus for game speed doesn't seem to be working anymore. I don't know why. That just happened. Oh, so you're saying after I observed Grey once, I can never again use those keys? Is that what you're saying? No. That sucks, man. That sucks. Fix your fucking game at Cheese on Toast. Fix your game. Fucking hell. I guess all I can do is hope that Travel resigns here, so we can get into game 3. Because it looks like the 4v4 is decisively in Naga's favor. And we once again have a game number 3 on our hands, or will have in a second. For only the second time this tournament, we've had a lot of 2-0s. Yeah, even blue now. Green got pushed in quite a lot. There's so much siege from Naga. Tribals are not able to put up any more resistance. Even having taken advantage of their backfish, they were not able to put up the military resistance they needed. Blue did some good aggression early on, but that was only blue. And on the other side, Naga won outright, even early on, which is not something you often see. Maybe the 2 TC start favoring Naga on this map. But of course, 4v4 should be favoring the boomy AIs like Naga, like Illuminati. So Naga winning the 4v4 is not a surprise to me at all. But how's the 2v2 gonna play out? We're gonna find out soon. For now, let me check the population here. Blue is still on 135 population. Well, that is fish. But it has nothing in the ways of defense here. And short of Travel resigning, I'm actually gonna end the game manually and award the point to Naga. Score is now tied up 1-1. And we're gonna see a third game in this match. Come on. Can I please update my score? Yes. Score is 1-1. And I will. Yeah, looks like Tribal actually was in a good position early on. With purple crippled through its stuck economy. And orange being heavily under pressure early on from blue. Blue did a good job in the early game. But after that, I don't know what went wrong for Tribal exactly. Maybe it was the macro, maybe it was unit control, maybe it was something else. It would take some investigative work to diagnose what exactly decided that game. But Naga, in the end, proved successful. Alrighty then. Tribal versus Naga have shown us quite a good match this far. One AI taking one game each. And we're gonna be going for a game number 3 to decide this upper bracket final here. I will set it up. That is Naga versus Tribal. We have Naga on red and yellow and Tribal on blue and green in team 2. The Tribals, of course, will play their custom civilizations. Naga plays old civilizations once again. And we'll see who moves on to the grand final in this deciding game of the upper bracket final. What are we gonna see this time on FenCrazy? Dravidians for Naga. Interesting civilization. Does it know how to play them? I hope it does. And once again, we have a 1 TC start with 3 villagers and no scout. So here, the early game scouting will play a large part. Red has found its berries, which have less food than normal, and is building a mill instantly. Yellow not found any food sources yet. On the other side, Tribal also has not. Blue has not found any food sources. Green has found its berries. The berries only have 99 food rather than 125, but there's 7 tiles of them rather than, I believe normal Arabia has 6. So it should even out normal amount of berries. But we see nobody scouting with their villagers quite yet. Okay, Naga is, yellow is. Yellow is. And red is not yet. So the scouting will play a large part here. And what are we looking at in terms of map? Oh, okay. We have once again a map with a lot of water, but not that much fish. Not that much fish. The fish have normal amounts or a bit less than normal amounts, but there are not that many. Not like last game. But there's a lot of water on the map, so going for ships here could actually be really good because the ships can range quite a lot. We also see the space is somewhat restricted. So green and red and... yeah, look at how much forest there is around here. There's not much space to build on, so the Nagas and maybe green as well could run into space problems. But the water could play a big role in this game, because the galleys, if they're going for galleys and they win the water advantage, they can reach a lot of this map. The other food sources here, we have deers with normal, only one deer it looks like with normal food, and boar only have a little bit more than normal. It looks like 2 boars per player. And yes, Tribal is now also scouting with one of its villagers. Let me once again check the scouting, because that is very important. Red has not scouted yet, and I'm pretty sure that is the DE bug that prevents civilian explorers for some reason. I'm pretty sure it should be exploring, like yellow is. And the tribals, blue has not found any additional food sources. It has not even found its... oh, blue has not found its berries at all. It has not built a mill either. So quite a critical bug. Somewhat reminiscent of what we saw in the Tribal versus Illuminati 4v4. Green, on the other hand, has found one boar here, and it did find its berries very early. And it has loom, so it can probably lure this boar, unless it gets stuck here. Should be successful, but blue is in trouble, and I could call this a critical bug because it's not exploring and it has not built a mill. It's only taking wood because it can only take wood. It has not found any food sources, none whatsoever, and it has not built an emergency mill either. This is a bug that also occurred in Illuminati, as we saw in the 4v4, like I said, between Tribal and Illuminati. I have fixed it since then, but Tribal has not, and Tribal, blue here at least, is critically bugged. Like, blue has... it's gonna take some time for blue to snap out of it. Maybe build a mill, maybe start scouting, I don't know, but right now it's not doing either of those things. Blue has no food income whatsoever. 7 villagers, it cannot make more, it has no food income. And yeah, it has not found anything. Yellow did take all of its berries already, is now farming. Or did it take all the berries over here? No, the berries, it has not found its berries either, but it did build an emergency mill, it is farming, and it also found one of its boars. So, yellow is alright. Red did take its berries already and is also now farming. Both have a lumber camp. And green is also alright. It found its boars. One of them at least. It lured one of its boars. It did take its berries and is also farming. And blue still looks to be critically bugged. Are we gonna have a 1v2? I'm actually gonna speed it up because that does not look good for Tribal here. Blue. Oh, finally the emergency mill from blue. After going up to 800 wood, it finally built its mill and it is now able to farm. It has not found its berries yet. It has not found any food sources, but it is able to build farms and is not doing it. It built the mill, but it's not building farms. Oh, blue is still critically bugged. Still, after building the mill, still critically bugged. Tribal. Yeah, Tribal. You can fix that. I fixed it in Illuminati. Yes, it is a default, a DE Definitive Edition game bug that the civilian explorers aren't working the way they're supposed to. But now it's exploring it. I think it found the berries. It just found the berries. Finally, 12 minutes into the game, it found the berries. It's now taking them. It will have for the first time this game some food income. Even if they're long distance, it is food. It's better than no food. And yellow, okay, I'm gonna slow down again to normal speed. Yellow, Naga has gone for a drush, as we saw in the 1v1, I believe. It isn't fuel age. It made, oh no, actually man at arms. It made 2 man at arms and upgraded them to man at arms. And pushed blue, which blue is the, no, 3 man at arms. Blue is the critically bugged one. And as long as it as it keeps getting pushed off its berries, it will not make any progress and will be hard stuck from the looks of it. Unfortunate. And on the other side, green's still alright, but it has been scouted. Red also has a militia. Building an archer range as well. Also men-at-arms from the Dravidians. Dravidians are a men-at-arms civilization that you can expect this kind of strategy from. So no surprises here. Men-at-arms from both Nagas. And green has 2 archery ranges being built. I would expect skirmishers as always. Blues really can't do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on 4 times speed. Because, yeah, it's really a 1v2. Even though yellow is attacking blue, blue is doing nothing. Yellow can keep building up. And yeah, the space on this map is terribly cramped. Not much space to build in. And yellow, unless it increases its town size considerably, has already pretty much run out of space to build buildings in. That is also one of the FenCrazy generations that I'm not a fan of, where a massive forest surrounds the TCs and it really constricts your space. That is one of the things I would address in a future update to the map itself, if there will be one. That is one of the things that, yeah, really could be better for the map itself. Green has a bunch of skirmishers. Have they even found any of the Nagas? If we're looking at tribal. Yes, red has been scouted. Oh, okay. They're Vietnamese. One of them is Vietnamese, that's green. So they know where the TCs are, so scouting shouldn't be a problem. And green has a bunch of skirmishers, but looks like a pathing issue here. Looks like they're trying to go forward, but not being able to, because pathing. And blue. Yeah, blue is on 6 villagers. No food income. 1300 wood in the bank, but unable to use it. And the green... Okay, I guess green skirmishers are fighting back here. The men-at-arms. That is so many skirmishers. But they need to go on the offensive if you want to have any chance. Yep, life... That is true if it's a lot of water, but also, even if there's no water, then this map generation can happen. That the TCs are surrounded by big forests, and even then it won't have much space to build in. I guess red has some here in the back and was able to build some buildings there. A quite useless tower. Has there been a dock? I don't see any dock from any player, so no docking. Alright. And yellow also can build buildings quite far away, but it can build buildings. And green's actually attacking yellow here. Diving the TC with its skirmishers, as it can do, but it's gonna lose all of them from the looks of it. Okay then. Both of the Nagas have managed to go up to Castle Age. Yellow building his second TC back here. Red has still on 1 TC. Maybe not able to build a second one because of space, but no, it doesn't have the stone either, because it built its defensive tower here. Now a second TC from red as well. So the Nagas both in Castle Age and starting to work on their boom. 4 times speed shouldn't affect it that much in a 2v2. Okay, the red has skirmishes of its own. A lot of them. A ton of them. Some of them looped around here to deal with green skirmishers. The other ones are attacking green at home. Yeah, this game looks over already, sadly. Green has made it up to Castle Age and is making some knights, which are a good counter to the skirmishers here, but still. Okay, I guess the skirmisher minimum range bug might still be somewhat occurring. Hint for cheese and toast. But yeah, green's economy is also idle. This game is over already, sadly. Unfortunate that blue was critically bugged and it was a 2v1 pretty much. Yeah, but that's what happens on FenCrazy. If you don't know how to manage your early game with no food sources, as we saw Illuminati critically bugged in its match versus Tribal. Now it strikes Tribal itself. And looks like Tribal will be losing this game. Yeah, Green is now also a good bunch of its economy is idle. It has no more military to defend. Pure Archer not gonna do anything against elite skirmishers. Unfortunate. And you know what? I'm gonna do actually a third match today. This is gonna be a big stream. I'm gonna stream the lower bracket match between Illuminati and Default as well after this one. Why not? Let's go all out. Yeah. Tribal is learning what it feels like to be harassed by skirmishers. And its villagers are idle as well, just like everyone else is when they are under attack by Tribal. That is poetic justice indeed. Blue even lost its TC against battering rams. It's rebuilding it in pretty much the same spot. But yellow even building buildings now on blue's landmass forward because it doesn't have much space anywhere else. Not back here. It builds some back here. Yeah, that's the fourth TC actually from yellow. And battering rams on the attack. Yeah, green has nothing to defend. Honestly, the tribals could already be resigning. Well, green had 3 town centers, but one of them has already been killed. The other one is going down right now. Looks like tribal also does not know how to deal with battering rams with its villagers. Or it doesn't because there's other units there. It has some archers. They have botkin arrow, but they don't have the crossbow upgrade. It is Vietnamese, so a good unit choice, but 1v2, it's over. Red also adding in some elephant rams of its own. Battering elephants. And it does look like Naga will be our first AI to move on to the grand final. Tribal losing its first match and going down to the consolidation final in the lower bracket. That will face the winner of Illuminati versus Default. And last TC from green has gone down from the looks of it. No, it has still one back here. But its home TC has gone down, it has nothing to defend. And green has not yet resigned. And it does still have 80 population, but most of it is villagers. And most of them are idle here. And there we go. Green resigns before blue. Green actually resigned before blue. Even though blue was critically bugged and stuck in Dark Age, blue has not resigned yet, green has. But once this TC goes down, is it gonna resign? It's on 0 population. And I think it was defeated right now. It was defeated. Not resigned, defeated. GG. Naga taking it after a critical bug from Tribal. So, let's take our bearings now. Naga 2-1. As we would expect, I did predict that Naga should win this one, being my personal favorite in this tournament. Tribal being able to take 1 game off it, which was surprising. Well, it was the 1v1, so maybe not that surprising. In the 4v4, in the team games, Naga had the upper hand, and Naga will be our first AI to move on to the grand final, where it will be waiting while we have 2 more matches in the lower bracket to play out. Tribal moves down here, where it will face Illuminati versus, or the winner of Illuminati versus Default.